issue of immigration started to come to the forefront, I realized this was a moral issue, an ethical, religious, spiritual issue, and wanted to be able to help my congregants learn more about it.
A number of people across North Carolina want to see comprehensive immigration reform happen, and we're hoping to see an especially strong turnout from faith communities here tonight. We have a really fast-growing immigrant population across the state, and in part because of that fast growth, we've seen some backlash and some negative perceptions in the public sphere.
Xenophobia in the United States is exacerbated by the current economic crisis, and it behooves people of faith, of all faiths, to stand up for the principles that are in everybody's religious background.
We have worked really hard to try to educate the community so that Greensboro will remain a welcoming place.
I would like to see everyone enlightened, and I would like to see all of us learn something that maybe we didn't know, especially those that might be against immigration.
We want everyone to hear that there are lots and lots of folks out there who want to see change happen.
I hope people come away with it hearing the stories of immigrants. So it's no longer this broad, vague, general issue of immigration. It's now Sandra's story. It's now about Luis.
I have been a Spanish interpreter in North Carolina for the past 10 years. A lot of the families I work with are undocumented, and just seeing the struggles that they face, daily struggles that for some of us would be just almost devastating, the things that they endure.
I have had to tell students that they were not legally here. Their parents have pulled me aside and said, he doesn't know that, came across the border illegally. Can you explain to me why, we can't fill out these forms, why we can't do this? And that is the most heartbreaking thing.
The conditions that cause immigration are really out of the control of, of poor working people. They have to do with trade policies, and that a recognition of that, and a recognition that we should treat people humanely.
People of faith are really engaged in this issue, and churches especially are in many places the front lines of people who are working with immigrants on a day in, day out basis.
The church is, and to me, it's the best place to have this type of conversation, because as we even see in the Bible, it talks about caring for the alien.
In a faith community, that's a given, that you should care about the people around you.
The church is very symbolic as a place where we can talk about difficult issues and address them openly, honestly, but with respect.
Speaking from a Christian perspective, what Christ's message was, love of a fellow human being. There's a political message, I think, in its nature.
Jesus never stopped and said, is this a political act I'm doing, or is this religious? It's all spiritual. It's all political. I don't see where those lines are crossing.
I think for the religious community, it's an issue of deep moral conviction.
Every major religion calls on its followers to treat the foreigner with respect.
This is clearly a difficult conversation for our society, for our state, and I think that having it in a church will hopefully lend an air of respect to the conversation and elevate the level of that conversation.